Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Monday the 17th of August. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm going to use the Hermetic Tarot for this reading again. I used this last week, but they were just staring at me, these cards, and saying, use me. So I feel very drawn to these today. I want to use them again. Let's have a look at what these cards want you to know for Monday the 17th of August and what you'll be working with. We have the Prince of the Chariot of Fire, the King of Wands. Oh, wow. The King of Swords, two kings. Amazing. The Prince of the Chariots of the Winds. The titles are just the best. And then finally, the Ten of Swords, the Lord of Ruin. Oh, dear. Okay, let's see what this means. First of all, what's interesting, the King of Wands, I just did the weekly horoscope. And then I looked at the new moon in Leo, which happens on Wednesday, so in the coming week, on the 19th of August. The fact that we've got the King of Wands showing up here on Monday, the 17th of August, is an interesting sign because we're moving into a time that's heavier on fire. So Leo, Aries, it's all about the masculine desire, passion, what I want in life. And the King of Wands gives you that in spades today. We've got him illuminated by the sun, so he's really got the right idea. And we've got the North Node in Cancer there. So he isn't making himself huge and this chariot, victorious person figure for his own sake. He's doing it for the ones he loves and for the love he has for himself. Because let's say he is divine, he is a healer. It's not that he has an obligation to use that energy and to help other people with it, but he certainly would feel wonderful if he were able to use that healing gift with other people. So you could say that for him to love himself is to go out in the world and to share his healing gift, as an example, with the world, because that's what he was brought here to do. That's what he loves to do. So it's a way of him loving himself by sharing himself with others. And he is a success in the public's opinion because he's out there healing people. He's strong himself. He has something to offer. He's valuable. And that's the energy that's with you today. This understanding that you owe it to yourself to take care of you by using your gifts and talents and by giving yourself things and places and circumstances that you actually enjoy and using your strength to move somewhere in life that you like being, to use your strength and to remember that you're totally free. You have total freedom. You can ride your chariot into any direction of your world that you want. The next card, the King of Swords, the Prince of the Chariots of the Winds. We've got the King of Swords here with a sickle. Then we have all these little cherubs, seraphim, kind of little angels, and they've got pentacles and pentacle wands. So his ideas, he then sends out, and he realizes that it's mind over matter. So spirit over earth, air, fire, water. So his intellect has made him spiritual and realized that if he sees himself in an unmanifest spiritual way, he can transform his life and be free. And he doesn't need to do the actual work. He just does the idea stuff. And then he sends out his little angels to take the practical action. And he stays put. His wheels aren't moving. He gets them to do the legwork. And we've got the Lord of Ruin. And we've got Gemini, so a doorway. So we've got two options. We've got the King of Wands or the King of Swords. And if you choose the King of Swords way forward, it's much likely to go awry. And the cards are saying that you shouldn't delegate and continue with what you're thinking about and just sending the same things out, the same actions, repeating what you're doing, giving the instruction to pay the bill or to maintain your schedule as it is not beneficial to you at the moment. What's beneficial is listening to the King of Wands and asking yourself, hey, at this point in your life, what makes you feel lit up? What makes you feel joy? Enough with the responsibilities and with your money and everything you have to do. Please think about your own happiness a little bit. Because today and any day, your happiness and your success comes from feeling joy within. Your happiness and success doesn't come from managing the real world very well and making money and spreading information, and you're the thing that makes you happy in life. And if you confuse that today with this notion that you can think your way out of any situation, you can resolve and understand and communicate. No, that doesn't make any sense. You're supposed to be operating at a much deeper level, at the level of the sun, which is where you reside spiritually. And it's important to get back to yourself today rather than to be caught up in communication work, being bogged down by responsibilities. Of course, we all have responsibilities and we have to meet them. But what I'm trying to express is that your circumstances aren't as important as you. And today you're going to come into situations where there's a choice between, okay, do I keep myself and my mood happy? Which seems silly as soon as you say it, like, oh, your mood, is that going to go down? Well, it's a real thing, okay? Your mood matters. Your mood, the way you feel and see the world, is a real thing. And the question, do I keep myself positive, or do I deal with all this stuff that's super negative and that's telling me that it has to happen right now, otherwise things are going to be ruined and difficult? The answer is focus on yourself and keeping yourself happy or constructive or positive or full of energy or light or connected to spirit, instead of saying, I don't matter. What matters is the emails, the letters, the appointments, the children, the grocery list, the item that has to be repaired. That can be done later. And I don't say this ever. I don't ever say delay it and do it tomorrow, because I wasn't brought up like that. I was brought up with only lazy people say tomorrow. People who work hard do things today. Okay, so it goes against the grain for most people that if something comes up during the day and it's like, okay, if I don't pick up the phone and deal with these contracts that this guy's yelling me about, everything's going to go wrong. Well, the reality is sometimes if you put things aside a little bit and give them a bit of air to breathe or to cool down or cool off, or for you to get some more clarity on a situation and to do research and to understand what people are talking about, that is actually a really good way of diffusing most situations. So you may be telling yourself this story that if you don't meet your obligations, that things are going to go totally wrong. But your involvement today could actually make things worse, because you're not tending to yourself and what makes you happy. You're tending on what you feel you need to, and that make you feel full of resentment, and that could be the cause for things going awry. So the message here today is choose you. The hope you have for progress and success in your life is by being your own best friend and hopping on your chariot of success and using your strength to pursue things that you enjoy and desire in your life. And you refuse to be made unhappy, and you make yourself happy by taking positive action and by engaging with things that you do enjoy and that you do like. The other option you have is to let yourself down by choosing others over yourself and saying, okay, I'm going to let myself be run down by facing all this negativity and meeting everyone else's needs but my own, because I think that'll make things better. The cards are warning that if you're in that state of mind, your involvement will actually make things worse. And the hope that you've got is by facing towards the sun and positive and joyous things if you don't want to get into a muddle. So it's a day about you And there's a warning that another person could come and interfere. Other people could come and interfere in your journey to happiness. Or it's your mind being distracted and not focusing on yourself. That could be the cause of you not having the kind of day that you want. And the fact that the kind of sabotage is really high here by the ego, saying, oh no, let's try and distract the Prince of Chariot of Fire with negativity and difficult circumstances. Let's distract him or her because we really don't want him to succeed. And that's a theme that shows up later on in the week. And the fact that it's so strong on this day already means that you can really achieve great things in this coming week. And the ego is already on your case, trying to fill you with distraction and fear so that you don't get to your true purpose. So you have the opportunity to really give yourself a new springboard here into success. And your ego has caught on to that fact and is trying to keep things small for you and is trying to keep you from moving forward. It wants to keep you grounded, stuck. And you're not going to do that. So make a commitment that you have value, that you're an amazing human being, that you're going to listen to your own feelings and desires, that you have as much importance as those around you, and you can come to some sort of balanced agreement rather than either having to totally discard your own needs and feeling miserable about it, or throwing other people's needs out the window completely and only following yours. Do a kind of 75-25 balance. That's the best way forward. I hope you have an amazing day. Oh, let's look at the numbers. 10 chord cards count as 1. So 1 and 1 is 2, and 10 is 12. 12 is 3, 1 and 2 is 3, and 3 is about new beginnings and communication. And that's the key here, communication. Who do you communicate with, misery or joy? Joy, please. And that takes a bit of discipline, but it's not the hardest day, really. It's just about staying focused and saying, I'm going to do things that are really conducive to my happiness and to my happy future, rather than wasting a day and saying, okay, well, you have to go through this to get out the other side. No, there's a better way of approaching things. You don't approach them with that mindset, and that's going to follow and come out of your joy. It's not going to be discovered by hammering yourself and saying, I've got to get the answer right. I've got to make this whole gotta, I've got to, should, I ought to, I must. That's the way to unhappiness today. Yeah, so be a rebel. Enjoy it. If you've never been a rebel, this is your opportunity to really honor yourself by saying, my needs have not been met here. And I'm going to make a stink about that. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website, gregoryscott.com. On the front page, just click on the button to order your reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and share the video online. Have an amazing Monday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.